addition to a successful country music career, Darius Rucker has had major success with this band Hootie and the Blowfish. The band recently celebrated their album Cracked Rearview being certified a whopping 22 times platinum. And he's touring with the band this summer. Hootie and the Blowfish doesn't tour very often, so definitely catch them live if you get a chance. In a new interview with Rolling Stone, Darius Rucker was asked about his friendship with Morgan Wallen, and he's going to bat for Morgan. He says that he feels that some within the industry still haven't forgiven Morgan. He points to major award shows excluding him from categories to this day, and talks about some of the changes that he's seen Morgan make in his life. Darius Rucker and Mark Bryan formed Hootie and the Blowfish in the mid-'80s when they met at the University of Nebraska. Nearly a decade after the band formed, they were signed to Atlantic Records, where they released their mainstream debut album, Cracked Rearview, in 1994. The album is one of the fastest-selling debut records of all time. The album features breakout hit singles like Hold My Hand, Let Her Cry, and Only Wanna Be With You. And for Darius Rucker, he was able to make lightning strike twice, going solo and having big success in country music. His single All Right has a whopping 180 million streams on Spotify. And Darius Rucker and Morgan Wallen have been friends for years. Morgan Wallen has gone on to become one of the biggest country artists of all time. At the time of this video, he has a whopping 44 million monthly listeners on Spotify. And his collaboration with Post Malone called I Had Some Help has 348 million streams in just a few weeks. In 2021, just a couple weeks after his Dangerous the Double album was released, video was published by TMZ showing Wallen using racial slurs. Morgan apologized for the video. He was suspended by his record label temporarily, and many country radio stations took him off the air. Country Music Television and iHeartRadio announced that they were suspending Wallen's music from their airwaves. CMT released a statement at the time writing, "After learning of Morgan Wallen's racial slur late last night, we're in the process of removing his appearances from all our platforms. We do not tolerate or condone words and actions that are in direct opposition on our core values that celebrate diversity, equity, and inclusion." Rucker, a longtime friend of Wallen, says Wallen called him shortly after the video was published online. He said in an interview with the Minneapolis Star-Tribune in 2022, "I don't want him to just apologize. He's a good guy, a nice kid. I want him to look at this is messed up and I want to change this. Let's be a part of the change, not a part of the problem. Educate instead of cancel." Darius Rucker has stood by his friend Morgan Wallen, who apologized in the aftermath of that video and donated $500,000 to Black-led organizations like the Black Music Action Coalition. Since that time, Morgan Wallen's career has definitely moved forward and he's moved on from the incident. But as Darius Rucker says in this new interview, it seems like some within the industry still haven't forgiven Morgan. Rucker points out the fact that Morgan Wallen is one of the top-selling artists in all of music, but still left off of country music award shows' biggest categories. Rucker praised his friend Morgan, saying he's become a much better person since the incident, though Morgan Wallen is still dealing with pushback from that incident, with members of Nashville City Council recently denying Morgan Wallen's bar's request to hang a sign outside of the new establishment. Members of council cited the past racial slur video and his recent arrest for throwing a chair off the roof of the bar in denying the request. Darius Rucker spoke to Rolling Stone in the new interview and said it's time to forgive Morgan Wallen. He said, "I think Morgan's become a better person since that. I've known Morgan a long time. Since all that happened, Morgan's tried to really better himself and become a better person and see the world in a much better way. And you know, he's not forgiven. He's still not out for CMAs and ACMs. They can say what they want. But the fact that Morgan Wallen is not up for Entertainer of the Year and those things is crazy. No one's selling more tickets than Morgan." You can catch Darius Rucker on tour all summer with Hootie and the Blowfish. And Morgan Wallen is scheduled to release his brand new single, Lies, 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 in just a few days on July 5th. That's your latest update from CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news.